Hey everyone, it's Fish, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into the atmospheric world of South of Midnight, the latest title from Compulsion Games, the studio behind Contrast and We Happy Few. This game is pitched as a remarkable celebration of the American Deep South, its myths, its sounds, its culture. It uses a 3D action platformer framework to tell a powerful story about pain and finding the strength to overcome it. Compulsion Games is known for intriguing narratives and unique atmospheres, and South of Midnight definitely leans into those strengths. But does the gameplay hold up? Let's find out. In South of Midnight, you play as Hazel, a teenage track star living in the fictional Deep South town of Prospero. When a devastating hurricane hits, her world is turned upside down, literally. Her home, with her mother inside, is swept away. Hazel vows to find her mom. But the storm has done more than just physically reshape the landscape into a dangerous, swampy jungle gym. It's unleashed lingering dark magic. Hazel quickly discovers she's a weaver, someone who can see and manipulate the hidden threads connecting the world. These threads can also twist into terrifying monsters called Haints, born from powerful negative emotions like grief and rage. Armed with surprisingly cool textile spinning tools, Hazel sets out, encountering legendary spirits inspired by real-world folklore along the way. Her mission expands: help these spirits by uncovering their trauma and capturing those painful feelings. And let me tell you, the story here is strong. It dives headfirst into Southern Gothic themes, creating this palpable sense of dread. The game masterfully blends fantasy with very real-world horrors like bigotry and abuse, blurring the lines between myth and reality. That pain sticks with you, making the narrative incredibly compelling from start to finish. Honestly, South of Midnight reminds me a lot of games like Psychonauts 2 or Alice Madness Returns. You're not necessarily playing these just for the tightest gameplay mechanics. You're here for the story, the characters, the world, the vibes. And in that regard, South of Midnight is a dazzling success. The characters are unforgettable. Even those with minimal screen time leave a lasting impression thanks to fantastic voice acting, vivid designs, and incredibly believable portrayals of pain. Hazel, our protagonist, is particularly memorable. She's got spunk, wit, and a touch of arrogance, but also a deep respect for her heritage. Her journey from solely focusing on her mom to embracing her role as a weaver, a magical mender of spirits, is deeply satisfying. I absolutely have to shout out the use of fashion in this game. Hazel's outfits change at key moments, symbolizing her growth. Compulsion Games clearly did their research, using black clothing, makeup, and hairstyles not just for aesthetics, but as visual metaphors for her journey. Seeing her evolve through her style is genuinely badass and a fantastic touch. Visually, the game is stunning. It uses a stop-motion animation style that makes characters look handcrafted and incredibly detailed. Both gameplay and cutscenes feel cinematic. On Xbox Series X, performance was smooth, with no noticeable bugs. And thankfully, unlike some early previews, the animation didn't cause motion sickness for me. Plus, there are accessibility options to help if you're sensitive to it. The sound design and music, absolutely phenomenal. Music is woven into the fabric of this game, pun intended. Soft choral singing accompanies Hazel's movements, and each major spirit has its own unique lyrical theme song that builds throughout their chapter. It starts subtly, then grows with instruments and vocals until it becomes this powerful, catchy piece during the confrontation. Seriously, I'll be humming Huggin' Molly's boss theme for weeks. It truly honors the oral storytelling traditions of the Deep South. Okay, so the story, characters, world, visuals, and sound are top tier. But what about the gameplay? This is where things get a bit more mixed. While the exploration encourages you to take your time and soak in the atmosphere, the combat feels jarring, especially early on. Fights happen in clearly marked arenas, and enemies called Haints spawn in waves. They hit hard and fast, creating a stark contrast to the calmer exploration. Unless you're on the easiest setting, it feels like the difficulty suddenly spikes. Hazel has abilities, but initially, many feel underpowered, forcing you to rely heavily on basic melee. Her attacks don't feel as impactful as the enemies, and the dodge isn't always reliable, especially against groups or unclear attack tells. The lock-on can be finicky too, leading to some frustrating moments. Thankfully, this improves significantly in the game's latter half. As the story's tone becomes more dangerous, the combat feels more fitting. You also unlock more powerful upgrades for Hazel's abilities and dodge, making fights feel much more balanced and less frustrating. I went from playing in short bursts to blasting through the final hours in one go. The platforming is consistently solid, using familiar mechanics like double jumps, dashes, glides, and a tether pull that acts as a grappling hook. It starts fairly simple and forgiving, but like the combat, it ramps up in challenge later on, requiring you to use all your skills. It never felt revolutionary, but it works well. My main gameplay criticism, aside from the early combat imbalance, is the structure. Each chapter tends to follow a similar loop. Arrive, learn about a spirit, clear enemies around memories, witness memories, platforming gauntlet, face the spirit. While new elements are introduced, this core loop can feel repetitive after a while. It also risks feeling a bit reductive, suggesting all trauma can be healed with the same approach, which slightly undermines the otherwise excellent, nuanced storytelling. The gameplay overall feels functional, reminiscent of the PS2 Xbox era. Mechanically sound, but not groundbreaking. So the final verdict? Despite the gameplay not quite reaching the heights of its narrative and presentation, South of Midnight is an absolute triumph. Its world, steeped in authentic Deep South Gothic folklore and brought to life with stunning visuals and unforgettable music, is captivating. The characters will stick with you long after the credits roll. If you prioritize story, atmosphere, characters, and unique settings over cutting-edge gameplay mechanics, you need to play this game. It's an unapologetic, well-researched love letter to the American Deep South, its culture, and its mythology. It's the kind of experience that stays with you. And frankly, I'm already hoping Compulsion Games breaks their pattern and gives us a sequel. I am absolutely not done with this world. Have you played South of Midnight? What did you think? Let me know down in the comments. If you enjoyed this review, please give it a like, subscribe for more gaming content, and hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.